Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, Giants fan? Welcome to the BBO Podcast. I am Mike. That is Jules. John might be with us. He might not. He's trying to connect. He's having computer issues, but he's probably just faking it because he don't want to recap the San Fran game, Jules. Jules, I'm just going to give you my quick 2 cents on the San Fran, and then I'm done talking about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. There were some key points, right, in the game that I like. Mika McFadden, I think he balled out. It was great to see. Offensively, our offensive line, obviously, we're playing behind the eight ball. Jones didn't have enough time. San Fran pretty much was rushing only 4 the whole game when we had to rush 7 on defense. So people were yelling like Daniel Jones sucks. You don't take shots deep. You can't take shots deep when there's fucking 5 guys guarding one guy in the deep. You know what I mean? You can't win that way. And, it sucks the way the game, happened. But listen, we were injured. It was going to be tough on a short week. And listen, for me, it's on to the next week. I am pretty much officially done talking about it. I know you want to talk about your boy, so I'll let you just
Oh no, we suck again. I mean, basically that felt like the reaction of every fucking Giants fan on social media.
Oh yeah.
Having that Thursday game was good and bad at the same time, because literally, if you are just a regular football fan and you do fantasy, by the time Saturday rolled around with all the college games that they had lined up, and you went through that day and you were going into Sunday and you were worrying about your teams, especially with fantasy, or you were betting and you were listening to our key bets and nothing else, or the opposite of everything else, you probably had yourself a pretty good Sunday, and this was like long forgotten. But the thing that drove me the craziest was the constant pointing out of Daniel Jones, he missed his read, and Jalen Hyatt was wide open, and all this kind of crap. And it's like, yo, look, guys,
annoying.
Show me that happened on the opening series, or on a drive where the line was like clicking and we were blocking and Jones had like 5 seconds to throw the ball. Yo, you got a point. You know what I'm saying? Come at him, go at him as much as you can, as hard as you can, right? But when you're in there, these quarterbacks have a clock, and if they know that they got like 2 or 3 seconds to throw the ball, then that's what's going to be in their head. They're not going to think that all of a sudden on this random play, I got 6 seconds to throw the ball because I didn't feel the pressure. There was enough pressure. He already felt it coming from his right side. He shifted to the left, and he just threw a check down because he thought he was going to get fucking blocked like he was all game long. So that's kind of all where a lot of this hate is coming from, and the oh no, we suck again, all this kind of shit. Like you said, McFadden played his balls off. He was the highlight of the defense, man. If that dude could ball out like that, fucking all season long, and especially Okereke. Okereke had a pretty solid game too. Wasn't great. He didn't ball out like he normally does, but he had a pretty solid game. McKinney, I think, got caught too much with having to like really kind of deal with George Kittle. It was definitely the best tight end that he's seen all season long, and that's a healthy Kittle. So I know McKinney had a little bit of criticism, but that's kind of where a lot of his work was going, but he still played a pretty decent game. The biggest one that I'm going to keep coming after, this guy until he fucking does something, is Thibodeau, bro. You know what? There's too many people that are out there that hate on Neil, they hate on Daniel Jones, and there's like extra hate coming out on Jones just because of his contract. Outside of that, it really ain't shit, because we're just basically seeing the same thing on offense we've always seen. But what drives me nuts is that Evan Neal was also taken in that early first round, and yet that dude has been fucking brutalized with all the criticism that he receives, and yet you get a little bit of criticism towards Phibbs, who's supposed to be the next guy. He's going to be this superstar fucking defensive player. Yo, my man has a sack because he was out of position. He literally didn't know if he should rush the quarterback, drop back into coverage. And I know, here comes the haters. That's Wink's fault. No, it's not, motherfucker. You play the defense you're supposed to play. You should at least know if you're dropping back in coverage or if you're fucking rushing the quarterback. That has nothing to do with fucking Wink. Let's just put that shit there. And then he like turns around and sees that the pocket has opened up this opening, and Brock Purdy just happens to be running through that shit. And he runs and tackles him like he did something spectacular to get our first fucking sack of the season.
He
Yeah,
does
our
the robot.
first sack of the
He does the
season.
robot, Jules. He does the robot. It's hilarious. I started laughing. I'm like, you serious?
Like, bro, you should be embarrassed. First of all, you should be thanking the rest of your teammates for opening up that hole for you. And then you should be running back to the sideline like, holy shit, I can't believe that's even going to count as a sack. Like, give me a break, dude. That shit was embarrassing. And then you're going to do the robot? Bro, like, I went back to a clip that they showed when he got drafted. And basically, and I'm going to paraphrase the shit out of it, but it's going to mean everything, right? Literally, they were just like, so what do you feel about? Yeah, I can handle New York. That's what I know. And guess what? When you're out having drinks and partying, I'm gonna be working. And when you're outside sleeping or you're out doing other things, I'm gonna be working. And when it comes to the second half, I'm gonna be working. Literally, and I'm paraphrasing this to a certain extent because I don't remember all the ad lib that went in between. But literally everything was like, I'm gonna be working. And in the fourth quarter, you're gonna see I'm gonna be working. Yo, working on what? Being a ghost? Because I ain't see shit in the fucking fourth quarter from this dude in any of our 3 games. All right. So, like, I don't know what the fuck he's working on.
Wow. So that was John's joined the show, guys. That was Jules' recap of San Francisco. John, you got anything to add to Jules's recap?
I mean, I get all the criticism that goes out, but we got to just keep in mind the football is a week-to-week league. It's a day-to-day league, and you know, you lose a game and you don't win. You don't keep it, entirely competitive going down the stretch. This is the shit that you're gonna have to deal with for the next 6 days, 7 days, 8 days until your next game. So the Giants go out and they can figure out a way to get a W against Seattle. None of this is going to matter. You just gotta clean up the bullshit at this point. This nonsense of not playing guys in the preseason and then using the first 3-4 weeks of the season to kind of get going is just absurd. And we're 3 weeks into the season and you're just seeing ridiculous shit. Not even just in the Giants games, but just all over the league, crazy stuff is happening. Fucking Miami puts up 70 fucking points and all that. Like that shit doesn't happen later in the season. That stuff happens when teams just break down, early, and they're just not on the same page yet, and that's just because of the preseason. So looking forward to getting to week 4, week 5, week 6, where we could actually see some good football.
Me too. And then, all right, so we're just going to go right into the Seattle game. Guys, we got some news today. It looks like Brian Dable came out and actually said what the line's going to be. He said it's going to be, obviously, Andrew Thomas, Ben Bredesen, Jules, remember, like I said last week, obviously the rookie at center, Mark McKethan. Yeah. Like, remember I said that, Jules? He would be the right guard.
Yeah. Yo, dude, 100%. Yo, I was like, I just let you flow right there for a minute.
and obviously Neil at right tackle. But remember, Jules, remember what I said? I said, as usual, Eazy-E, he was playing really good at tackle. So if Neil struggles, don't be surprised if they throw, Eazy-E in there at right tackle and let him play that position. And if that solidifies the line, holy shit, man, that could be something, man, to look forward to. So we're going to find out on Monday night. I'm looking forward to that, just to see that.
I mean, yeah, sure. That's sort of a vote of confidence. I mean, what I kind of do like this, what I'm seeing that I will automatically start to now kind of say that Judge, like he's different from those guys, right? You know what I'm saying? Where where in this particular situation where Judge was faced with this type of a second season turnaround and the things that he did that Brian Dable's not doing, right? And the way he went about it and how things progressed, all through the season and like with all the mess up with Jason Garrett and all that bullshit that just seemed to take on and drag on forever. Dable seems to just come and nip shit in the ass immediately, right? And you're not seeing the whole thing that you saw with McAdoo or any of these other guys in the past. It looks different. And here's another prime example. Look, whether or not he took over calls in the second half against Arizona, we'll never know. Or maybe we'll find out on some 30 for 30, 20 years from now, right? But if it matters, and this becomes some historic type season or historic coaching fucking era, right? But with that said, like he did it, and then immediately addressed it and made it not a thing, right? So whether or not he did it, he immediately shut that shit down. And last week, you couldn't tell any of that in on Thursday night game, right? So now we've been having all these fucking offensive line issues, and instead of going after his coaches, or you're hearing about stories about fights, between fucking the offensive coach and the fucking lineman coach and the head coach, none of that shit's going on. He set a standard. He put it out there. He said the guys he's going to play, and we're going to fucking roll. And that's it. You know what I mean? So you got to give him credit. Like he addresses it. He knows what the issues are. He makes it a point, and he goes right at it. You know what I mean? And that I have not seen any of the other guys do that. Where Judge would have been fucking giving you all this fucking bullshit and just feathering over it and just kind of making things sound great. This guy, Dable does it way different. So that there is a difference there. And I don't feel like any kind of like familiarness that we've been feeling for the last few years. And that's just kind of a good sign of things to come. Look, we got a tough challenge out of us, with Seattle coming in. This is gonna be a tough game. They beat us last year. They won back-to-back games. Yes, one was against Carolina, and they did go in and shock Detroit But Gino looks like he's clicking a little bit. They're running with Ken Walker again.
Fuck Gino.
DK Metcalf. Listen, he threw for almost 300 yards. I know it was Carolina, but it did take them to go to overtime to beat Detroit. Detroit had some chances to beat them too. So, they're a beatable team. But this is the game that if we're going to make any kind of a statement this year or make the playoffs or be competitive, you got to beat Seattle. You got to beat Seattle. We lost right now, if you arguably want to say, to the top 3-4 teams in the NFC. That's our 2 losses this year. And then we went and beat Arizona, who just beat one of those 2 aforementioned teams, right, this past weekend on Sunday. So there's a lot of things going on in regards to that. So this is the game. Look, we all said it. You come out of this game 2-2. That's what we wanted to be. That's an okay place for this Giants team to be at 4 games into the season, because you got 2 more tough matchups coming up right after that. You don't win this game, it could be a long couple of weeks.
John, what's your thought on Seattle?
It's a game they have to win.
Fuck Geno Smith. Everybody hates him. Real Giants fans hate that motherfucker. It's great.
Hate him, bro. Fuck Geno Smith. No, but in all seriousness, it's just a game you just have to win. If you're looking to continue the good graces of NFL fans, in a sense, where you were a playoff winning team last year, everybody in that organization got a merit badge because they were able to go to Minnesota and win a game in the playoffs, as an away team. And then they got smacked the next week, but still you were a playoff game winning team last year. So you got a lot more respect this offseason. That shit is gone Monday night at 11 o'clock, 11:30.
Yeah, no doubt.
The Giants still find a way to win the team. Win that game against a team that, if you are who you think that you are, you should be winning that game now. Like I said, the first 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks of the season, that bullshit of needing all that time to get going. Unfortunately, because the schedule maker put you against maybe the 2 of the 3 top NFC teams in the first 2 weeks of the season, that's just a bad luck of the draw, or maybe some type of intervention by a known Cowboy fan who is one of the big schedule makers. Who knows about all that stuff? But the fact of the matter is, you can't go 1-3 and then be facing the 2 of the best AFC teams back to back. One team just sat on breaking the NFL record for most points in a game. So you got to come out, find a way to win this game. You got to come out fucking firing. You got to come out sharp. This bullshit of fucking just crazy amount of missed tackles. That stuff's got to fucking stop. You got to be able to affect the quarterback. Like, you got to just clean up your game. That's just the biggest thing. You got to clean up the game. You got to find a way to win, and really win convincingly. You don't need to win fucking 23-3, but you gotta show who's boss this weekend.
I'm just hoping for the defense actually responds and wakes the fuck up. It'd be nice to see them actually tackle, and McKinney not to be talking a lot to the reporters, even though you know how the media does. They take like one quote and they make it a big deal on online and shit like that.
What happened with McKinney that they were making a big deal? What he said?
Basically, he just said it's like missing tackles is not like the reason why we're losing. It's a bunch of other things. Collectively, we got to come together more as a team. And of course, they leave all the good stuff out, the good parts, and they just focus on the negative. That's all it is. It's typical New York media. They got to make something up. And, getting back, I know we want to talk just a little bit about, Daniel Jones, how people was like really dogging him like more in depth. I hate that, people could watch the San Francisco game and see Daniel Jones just play against that defense, right? When they're only rushing for we have to rush 7 to get pressure, okay? And then, of course, Brock Purdy could just throw it deep when he has one-on-one coverage to Debo Samuel. Yes, he has Debo fucking Samuel. And another
George
thing,
Kittle.
yeah, dude, and it's like, for like, it was like 3rd and long. How many times in that game? All he did was throw a fucking screen pass on
Oh
every
my
3rd
God.
down and fucking 15. And his wide receivers got all the yak yards. So tell me, like, if you don't put Daniel Jones in that offense with that fucking San Fran team, you don't think he's going to have a fucking field day? I mean, you guys got to wake the fuck up if people don't like realize that. And just like, how do you not know that watching the games when you see us rushing 7 and, they're able to take shots and we're not? Because Jones, like, who the fuck, how's he going to go deep when they has like 7, 8 guys back there guarding 3 of our wide receivers? Why do you think Hyatt wasn't in the game? Anytime he had an opportunity to fucking throw the pass to him, he was getting fucking knocked. It's like, enough of this shit. Protect him.
We suck again.
And then you seen that shit, that fucking little screenshot I sent you, Jules, in the group text where it shows Daniel Jones like under pressure. He was like 3 of like 11 or whatever, but like clean pocket. He was like fucking 9 to 10, 100 yards a touch. You know what I mean? It's like,
No, I know.
you need to have
Listen,
people need to wake the fuck up and stop bitching that you think it's Daniel Jones' fault. It's just not.
Listen,
Yeah,
like
but
that.
you gotta understand, bro. People have spent the last 4+ years enjoying the fuck out of hating on Daniel Jones, both outside and within our fan base. So they had to take off basically 11 or so months where they had to shut the fuck up. And now they're in their glory.
Good
Seeing
point.
him not, getting these fucking Saquon Barkley off the tip of the hands, doing his best Evan Ingram impression for an interception.
3 times.
They get off on that stuff. That's just what it is. So they got to find a way to win games because the ultimate deodorant in sports is winning, and that's what they fucking need to do.
Listen, and Jones, look, this guy, no matter what, is gonna have a target on his back. It's pretty much his whole fucking career unless he wins a chip, right? Like that's literally the only way he'll never have one on him. Now
Same thing with Eli.
Well, yeah, but it is true though. At the time, before Eli at least got respectable to a certain extent, and again, it's tough to say because it's a different era. You didn't really have Twitter or all the social media going on. So who knows how much worse it would have been for Eli Manning? A lot of it was just what you were hearing, friends and in the media and all that kind of shit, right?
It was bad.
So it was more controllable, if you would, then, right? In a weird way to kind of put it.
Newspaper.
Yeah.
You got to seek it out. It's not just fucking oppressive.
It wasn't
The point where I'm going
overwhelming.
with that is that like when it was going down with Eli, he wasn't the highest paid player on our offense yet. He didn't get that big contract yet. He was paid, but like it wasn't focused at that, right? I should say he wasn't the highest paid player on the team at the time, right? In the very beginning, right? I'm still talking the first 4 or 5 years of his career. He got the contract after he won.
Yeah, right.
And that's where like I think a lot of this extra hate is now flowing in from Jones because it's like, oh my God, we paid all this extra money for him, and oh my God, like why isn't he doing this? But if you look, I mean, dude, Joe Burrow has 2 touchdowns on the season, 2 in 3 games. Joe Burrow, he's supposed to be one of your top premier NFL quarterbacks. He's making the most money, by the way. Okay, just want to throw that one out there. And he's got 2 wins, and the Rams nearly upset him last night. All right. So like he could have started off this season 0-3 and miraculously pulled out a win at home in Cincinnati. So what? Are we going to start turning on Joe Burrow? Right. I mean, are all Cincinnati fans fucking burning Burrow jerseys? Of course not. You know what I mean? So like I get it. I understand they're the highest paid players, so they're going to get the most attention and they deserve it.
Quarterbacks always do.
But when you have to see these fucking morons taking these cheap shots about Jalen Hurts and look at Jalen Hurts. He, in last night's game against the Bucks,
all the time
he throws his dime, bro. He throws his perfect dime, man. You can't tell me James Jones would do that. Ha 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 ha. And it's like, dude, but he also had 6 seconds to throw the fucking ball. Not only that, he had an actual pocket that he could step up into. And I'm pretty sure Carl Banks is quoted for saying that regarding some of these, these calls, these plays that were highlighted from Daniel Jones, where Carl Banks was like, bro, if you can't step up in the pocket, how are you supposed to hit a deep pass? What does he got? Like a cannon for an arm that he could just throw on one knee 70 yards downfield? Like, it don't work like that. You know what I mean? When you want that pinpoint accuracy on a deep ball, you have to be able to step up into the fucking pocket. That's what every quarterback does, from fucking, Tom Brady to fucking, Joe Montana. Like, they all did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not reinventing the wheel here with this.
He had so much time in the pocket that I could have beat off twice. It was ridiculous. But
I mean, we used to joke about it and say, like, you can eat your lunch sandwich in the fucking pocket. Like, Jalen Hurts absolutely could, man. He's a fucking fraud.
It's a joke. And then all the fucking Twitter people like, oh my God, all the supposedly Giant fans. Oh, I wish we had Jalen Hurts. Look at how good he is. And I'm like, dude, stop sucking his dick. Like, enough of that shit already. Like,
and you know what?
I feel gross just hearing that. Like, my skin fucking crawls when I hear shit like
an
that.
eagle.
It's
the same. We got to start throwing out.
Like, Giants fan doing that's the same thing as like a guy who gets off watching his wife get fucked. Like, straight fuck status. Like, that same, like, ugh, like that. Right. Feel like, ugh, God, get away from me. Like, that's the same thing you feel when you hear fucking Giants fans fucking talking shit on the Giants. So if you're one of those people,
I got one I'm nominating in the Haters Club in about 2 seconds.
I got the perfect scenario here with this, right? Like, literally, it's like fucking picture perfect. Okay. You mean to tell me, because this quarterback I'm about to mention came in so fucking hyped up this season, especially in the fantasy world, and you're going to sit here and tell me that if Jalen Hurts was on the Bears, he would be doing that much better than what fucking Justin Fields is doing? Is that what I'm to believe? Really? Because that's all Jalen Hurts is Justin Fields. As a matter of fact, you can put probably Justin Fields on the Eagles. He may not put up the same stats because he doesn't run as well, but I'm pretty damn sure he's close.
He'd be right fucking there. It should, but you never. But in football, we'll get to the picks later. In football, you just never know. I'm like, look what happened Sunday with Arizona Cardinals, the team that's supposedly tanking, according to Giants Twitter, and it's such an easy team to beat. They just beat Dallas. And Dallas, it's just fucking great because it just proves my point. All these, and it's getting back to the whole like sweating Jalen Hurts. This supposedly Giant fans that sweat Dak Prescott. They sweat him. They think he's so fucking great. Meanwhile, he threw the worst pick I've ever seen in my life in the last game. Like, I don't know what the fuck he must be colorblind, because that's the only explanation I have for it. This dude just threw.
As a colorblind person, I take offense to that.
Sorry, John, but that guy is so far gone. I mean, it's like maybe can't see between red and the Cowboys uniform because it was so bad. I just started laughing. Even though I had Dallas in my survivor pool, like a couple picks, I was like, fuck it. I'm glad they fucking lost. But yeah, fuck them. I can't stand it. But all right, are we done with this? Can we go on to the Haters Club?
Oh, yeah. If you want to move straight to the Haters Club, we could do that, man. Quick commercial break, come back and do some more hater.
I think I'm going to talk about it right now. Then we'll take a break, and then we'll go into the picks.
Damn. All right. Yeah. So something's bugging you for sure, because you've been talking about this thing for a minute.
It's just the fact that going after, like, the whole Daniel Jones thing, going on Twitter, under Chad Powers, number 2, obviously, at Mike Trainer, b0t, had to take over for that because, this one guy, his name, he goes by Authentic, right? He pretty much does the same shit like we do. I guess he has a podcast. I never listened to it, but he has like some of the.
How's he spell it again? Like a W in there.
AWE.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't stand that guy. All right, sorry.
Yeah, it's one of those, man. He got so like, and I was just throwing facts at him, showing, giving, like, I wasn't being an asshole to him, nothing like that. I was just telling him how it is, about Daniel Jones, how he needs time, all that fucking, all the shit that we beat the dead like a dead horse or whatever. But God, he got all uptight. He blocked me, and then I went onto the Mix of the Podcast Twitter feed. I went after him again on there, and he blocked me on there. So he gets like so uptight about all this because basically he was saying, like, after the Giants lost, that he was going around saying, oh, we keep it real out here. We're not going to fucking give fluff. We're real. And I'm like, you're going around patting yourself on the back for being real and not rooting for the Giants. And you keep saying how Daniel Jones sucks and this and that. And those kind of people, like, to me, in Giants like nation, you're pathetic. You're fucking pathetic. You're not a Giants fan. You want to keep it real. Keep it real about all the other NFL teams around the fucking NFL. Stop sweating like these fucking other quarterbacks that you keep calling out, like all these fucking, like, this is the same guy. I look back on his Twitter feed. He compared Malik Willis to Michael Vick. He's like, oh, but Malik Willis reminds me of Michael Vick. I'm like, dude, you lost all credibility with that shit. Like, stop it. Like, I love the Giants. I root for my guy. I'm rooting for Daniel Jones, all that shit. Call me a homer, all you fucking want. I don't give a fuck. I say it how it is, but you're not a fucking real Giants fan. All you people that are like that, it's the same kind of people. Him, I think it was like, what you call it? b0t Giants, of course. He's a number one up there. But at least hit Momo's another one. But at least b0t and
Breaking
Momo,
tackles.
you could, breaking tackles and Momo. At least you could go back and forth with him, and it's fucking good and hilarious to me. That shit is fun. But then you got the others that are just like angry. Like, like there's always the typical ones. Obed and Mike C. It's always the typical guys on Giants Twitter you always see on my feed that are just so negative about the Giants, but they want to pat themselves on the shoulder. They want to be right so bad about the Giants. So when they see him fail, it's like they're celebrating. It's like, that's pathetic in my eyes. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Well,
Like, you're describing
real quick with
like,
authentic.
that's what you're describing.
So I got.
Well, yeah, no, I was gonna say, but real quick with just authentic in general, he's like taking it a further step with me, where he's like kind of like tried to make it seem as if not only did he play college ball, but he's a coach, and he was like really trying to talk himself up one time. And I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't go after it any longer because it was just nonsense. Because we were literally breaking down fucking film. But like that's what this dude thinks he is. He thinks he's like fucking like Brian Coach Dable should be fucking calling him up and being like, bro, I'm gonna give you a job because man, the shit you put out there on Twitter is amazing. I need you on my staff. Like he's that kind of level. It's literally. I think there might be something off with the dude. I'm not sure because it's like he thinks like I don't know. It's not confidence. I'll tell you that much. It ain't confidence. You know what I mean?
I see John.
This is the only reason why I jumped in real quick because I can't even say that he even falls into that category of these haters that we always talk so much about, like the breaking tackles dude and Momo and all those guys. Like he's just on a whole other level. Like he's his own dude. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
like I see me pop up on feeds and I'm like, God, I hope he doesn't fucking comment on my shit because I told him straight out. I was like, bro, don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me anymore. He's like, well, you popping on my shit. I was like, stop saying dumb shit and I won't pop up on it. But outside of that, like I don't even want, like I just can't with this guy. Like he's just a narcissist, if anything.
Jules is the ultimate troll.
You supported me with that one. I'm sorry. So go ahead, bro.
John's blood is boiling right now. He wants to get it out.
Option one is that you're talking to a bot, right? Some kind of artificial intelligence that's there to just say the opposite of what you're saying, just to fucking get you fucking angry, which is super plausible and probably the most likely of situations.
I agree.
Is that you're a cuck. Like if you fully enjoy your own being violated by your enemy, like you enjoy that. That's the literal fucking manifestation of what the word cuck means.
It's gotta be the title.
You'd rather see yours being fucking dishonored in the favor of your rival or your enemy or whatever the case is. Like that's what you're describing. Option three is you're just a retard. That's it. That's it. It's bot, cuck, or retard. You choose.
I don't know if we could,
the episode.
I don't know if we can combination. I don't know if we can put all three in the title.
I'm going to put the three in there, and we're going to figure out a way to make it where the algorithm won't catch what I'm trying to do. I'm going to sneak one past the goalie, like they say.
Oh shit! But that's who we deal with, like on the social media aspect of things. I try to make it all fun. I try to go after people, but if you're gonna be like a little bitch and start blocking me, and I'm not even being like, I'm not even saying names and shit like that. I'm not even calling you what you are. Like, I don't know. It's just like a little babyish to me,
Well,
but
listen,
bro.
I still don't know how to get blocked, right? I've been trying so hard, especially with like professional athletes. They never block me, man. I guess I don't go after them hard enough. I don't know. Like I put Kayvon on like so.
I almost started blocking.
I put Kayvon on so many negative articles and shit that I can't believe no one, his publicist, nobody reached out to block my ass or something. I don't get it. I shouldn't be allowed to put that handle down.
All right. I was like, leave K Tibbs alone. All right, guys, let's take a quick commercial break. We're gonna get into the picks next. I got an idea for the pick segment. We're just gonna do something crazy, but we'll be right back on the Big Blue Offensive Podcast. All right, we are back on the BBO NYG podcast. I am Mike. That's Jules. That's Sean. It's pick time. last week. We took all the key bets. This is what I'm going to leave. We all hit the key bets. Me and Jules hit the key bets last week, but we lost every other fucking game, pretty much. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through the picks, Jules, real quick with just John only. I'm going to tell John, just pick the fucking game. I'm going to go with that. And then, Jules, I want you to pick the 4 key bets.
The key bet come through with the ones I really like. All right, let's go.
Then you can
All
talk
right.
about at the end. You can talk about whatever game you really want to fucking talk about. Because I know you can't keep it. Can't keep it.
There's
real
no
when you
way
wanna
that Jules
start
is gonna make
gambling.
it through this segment, bro. We're not
And-
going through 16 games of Jules not saying anything.
That's the game I'm trying to play. It's like a
All right.
drinking game. I have shots here. I'm gonna start doing
My money's
shots.
on Jules not getting game.
I got 4. I got 4.
Start already.
I got 4. I got 4. All right.
You got 4 key bets. All right, here we go, John. First game at Green Bay. Detroit's -1.5.
I think the Detroit Lions are going to be a pretty decent team. I think the Packers are taking advantage of the fact that it is early in the season. I'm going to go with the Lions here. I have a feeling the Lions are going to end up taking this game.
Lions war. All right.
I almost want to key that up. I almost
You're
want to
right.
key that up already.
Shot.
Told you.
Another
Not through
shot.
one game. We didn't make it
Can't
on
even get
Thursday.
to one. All right, next game. Jacksonville's -2.5 against Atlanta in Jacksonville. Jacksonville looked like shit, huh?
What? So
In London.
Jacksonville-
It's actually a London game.
Oh, yeah, Sunday
It's the
morning.
Toy
game.
Story
Okay.
game.
International
The Toy
series.
Story game.
Jacksonville. They're gonna find their stride. They're a good team too.
Jacksonville it is. Pittsburgh, they're in Houston. Houston coming off the upset of Jacksonville. Pittsburgh's -3.5.
Something tells me the Texans keep it close.
Texans it is. Next game. Colts are -1.5 against the Rams.
Colts at Rams. You start with the home team and you throw me off with a look at the bottom of the row and you fuck me up each time. Colts at Rams. Oh, I'm easily going Rams here.
Going Rams? Yeah. It's actually in Indy.
Big Rams.
Big Rams it is. Okay. Next game. At Carolina. Minnesota is -3.5. They're 0-3.
Yeah.
Both teams.
I gotta go Vikings if that's the case. They're not gonna just fly.
They do have a better offense. All right, next game. The Saints are -3.5 against Tampa Bay.
Fuck Baker Mayfield. Go Saints.
There we go. Philly -8.5 against Washington. Blah.
Oh God.
Hey, we beat them last year.
I mean, realistically speaking, we gotta go fucking Philly here, right? Well, I guess the Commanders can cover, but the Eagles just still need to win.
Look, the Commanders beat them last year. Don't forget. We gave them their first loss.
I gotta go. Fuck, man. You said it's 8.5 by you.
Yeah, I heard you say Philly, John. I gotta say, don't change it now. All right, next game. Buffalo. They're -2.5 in Buffalo against Miami.
Oof.
Hey, who scored like 900 points the other day?
You said Buffalo Bills. Where's Bills? Why is the game not showing up on here? Oh, international series. Wow, Buffalo is favored to win this game.
Yep.
Dolphins.
Dolphins it is. Next game. Cincy -2.5 at Tennessee.
Cincy.
Cincy it is. Next game at Cleveland. They're -2.5 against the Ravens.
Cleveland against the Ravens. It's an interesting game. Some reason Browns is calling me. I feel it in my gut.
Wow. The Cleveland Browns. All right. Next game at Chicago. They're 0-3. Denver's 0-3. Denver's -3.5 against the Bears in Chicago.
Broncos.
Broncos. Wow. I would have took the Bears right there. All right. Next game.
Oh,
Chargers.
Justin Fields, bro.
I know, but it's still in Chicago. Broncos stink.
Not called
Chargers.
yet.
It's a good bet. We'll see. Chargers are -5.5 against the Raiders. Chargers it is. All right. Dallas. They're -6.5 against New England. It's in Dallas.
Unfortunately, fucking Cowboys.
Probably. San Fran. Oh, San Fran is -14.5 against the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
You want the Cardinals 14.5?
Yeah, but that's a fucking ton of points, bro.
I think they're gonna get clobbered this time around. Kansas City minus 9.5 against the Jets. In New York.
To be clear, I don't think the Cardinals are going to win. I think they're just going to be a close game.
Okay.
Chief at Jets.
Yeah.
Chiefs. Jets are just putrid.
Jets.
Yeah, they're gonna the whole team's gonna go by next week.
And
That's it.
Giants are minus 1.5. I know you took the Giants. Now, Jules, go ahead, man. What's eating you alive?
All right. Well, we'll start off slow because I did say I did like
He's
the
gonna
line.
go through every fucking game, bro.
No, I'm not.
Hold on, Jules. Hold on.
I
We
got
have a
four.
special guest joining us, Jules. He wants to hear what you're saying.
All right. Nick Celio of the Mix It Up podcast is now joining us. Yeah,
He is. He's coming on in. He's definitely.
all right.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's it looks like he got hit in the head by
Well, I
racket.
did a little preview for the Mix It Up. You guys want to do a little preview to the podcast for tonight's episode? Give a little spiel on what's going to be covered as far as topics are concerned.
Yeah, Nick came up
are
with
you
a
in a
bunch of
sauna?
topics. So
What'd you say?
Are you in a sauna, Nick?
Cool if I was. Cool if I was.
it does look like it. It definitely does look like
He's
it's
gonna be
on.
sweating and naked by the time that you guys record.
I'm like, are you at my gym? So, Nick, Jules was just about to tell us about his picks for the week for gambling.
Okay. Is that Jules in the corner over there? I know we
Yeah,
suck.
we suck again.
Yeah, Jules, you're going to be in my vote for the haters club. Why is your fucking picture not up there? I haven't seen you all summer.
What do you mean? Oh, what picture?
Your face. I don't see a video feed.
It
Oh,
does
yeah.
look like it. Does look like it. Though. It does.
It's
Look like
close enough, man. This is my Halloween costume, especially if we have a few more losses along the way.
Oh, if you guys want to come over Halloween party, October 28th.
Oh, it's my birthday. I'll be turning 30. 40.
Which one?
Jules,
I'm
are
not even
you
on 30.
hiding something that you don't want us to know about?
It's
No,
fucking
not yet.
Brajol.
Yeah,
didn't say no.
I'm actually doing this podcast naked. I just felt like fucking be a little weirdo today, so you know.
Jules is doing a sex change. Are we allowed to talk about stuff like that on here? He's doing a sex change. He doesn't want
I
anybody
don't
to
know,
see.
man.
He's like,
Mike's
I'll
always
show you, Jules.
Listen, I've seen people get murdered on fucking Twitter and X and all that kind of shit, and yet Mike's the only one that I know that's literally been banned twice for life already. So I don't know what the fuck he does.
I know. We can see murders and shit on Twitter. I get fucking kicked off.
Yeah, so
Language is violence, Mike.
Yeah, right. All I said was protesters should just get run
Like-
over.
like I've literally seen multiple people get killed on this shit. Multiple people get shot, and it wasn't all CCTV. And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine, no problem. You can play that all day." And it's like, "Oh, all right,
Yeah,
cool."
yeah, you're good.
Or I can
Hardcore
see
porn on
see
Twitter?
the fucking these
Yes, they
maniacs that rob
It's full
stores and
hardcore,
literally
Yeah.
steal like millions of dollars worth of merchandise and fucking tell the people there that they go fuck themselves and they run out of the store. That's okay. But Mike tells some guy that he's a fucking asshole on Twitter. Oh, you're banned for life, kid. Done.
They just hate me. They hate Chad Powers. But listen, that's
All right,
another topic for the mix it up. But Jules, we got to
I need
hear
to get some
your
previewing
4
for
key
the Mix It
bets.
Up.
And
All
I
right.
know you've been itching to get this out. So if you want to win,
Man,
some money, listen to Jules.
I'm rolling with Detroit, Motown, bro. I like that pick. I agree with John 100%. Listen, I think it's going to be close, but that's the reason why the spread's at 1.5, and it'd be fun in Green Bay. But I think Detroit finds a way to win that game.
Okay.
That was definitely one there that I had to say. Listen, just because they have fucked me, like I feel like all season long, maybe Jacksonville getting the fuck out of the country is a good thing. I said this the last time I said this was about the Giants flying across to the West Coast. They got out of the East Coast for a little bit, cleared their heads. They beat Arizona, right? I got a fucking similar feeling with that with Jacksonville. I like them minus 2.5. You know, on the Toy Store game, I think they have to. If they can't beat Atlanta, I don't care if Atlanta's better or not. But if they can't beat Atlanta, they're in trouble. It's gonna be a long fucking season for them. Moving along, what else? The Rams. I definitely like the Rams. Rams have been playing solid. They nearly pulled off that game on Monday night. They're a better 1-2 team. I understand the Colts have looked good, but I definitely feel the Rams, man. Matthew Stafford looks healthy. They've been making up for not having the cup. They look pretty fucking solid there. Now here's where we have a little bit of fun because, man, I do like the 49ers. I do. Did we take the Chiefs or the Jets? We took the Jets, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, oof.
No, I took the Chiefs.
Oh, you picked
I
the
said
Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. You did. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because you know what? I'm rolling there. That's the last one. I'm rolling with the Chiefs, man. Honest to God, bro. Like they're rolling hot. It's Sunday night. Zach Wilson's fucking seeing ghosts out there. I can't.
Jules, did you agree with every one of the games?
Huh?
Did you agree with every game?
No, I didn't agree with every game, but I did the four
Those
that I like.
four.
I actually would put money on. I'm okay with those picks. Those ones I was good with. Now your Bills and your Dolphins one, hell no. But I could see that game going away. I'm gonna tell you this. Look, let's not forget. Washington kicked a last fucking minute field goal so they didn't get shut out. Like, what kind of pussy bullshit is that? All right.
It was
Like,
pussy.
that was some real straight up pussy shit.
It's
that
the
they
gayest
literally-
thing you can do in football, Jules. It's to kick a field goal when you're down by 80 points.
You get your ass kicked, it's 4th down, and instead of trying to score a touchdown, you literally set up to kick a field goal so you don't get shut out, the enemy.
Jules, you're down 45-0. Let's run out our little kicker.
Oh,
Like it's so
The
fucking stupid.
is Miami scoring 70 points, where I think that they just had gotten a rhythm. It was a fuck you to the NFL, because literally they had that whole controversy with Brady and Peyton going down there, and then it didn't fall apart, and like the franchise got in trouble and all this bullshit, and then they ended up getting fucking Tua, and you know, Tua got healthy, and now look at them, right? So I think they were really just trying to stick it to Peyton there. That was like more of that. This Buffalo game is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good game to watch, but you got to go with the home team there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you just have to, bro. Like, yo, they beat them in the playoffs. They lost in Miami to them last year. That's fine. Then they beat them in Buffalo. You know what I mean? It's one of those games. This game's in Miami. Yeah, then maybe I do go Dolphins, but it's not. You know what I mean? They got to protect their home turf. They got to get these wins. They're already down a game in the division. You know what I mean? Miami's not like that. This means way more to Buffalo this early in the season than it does to Miami. It's because of that. And Josh looks healthy and they're clicking again. And they even got a running game going with James Cook. They haven't had a running game like that in years. Yeah, dude. Watch. People are going to be surprised how they thought what this game is going to be like on Sunday. That's going to be a good one to watch, though, for sure. But yeah, other than that,
we want to watch. But what the way that the Bills have played and the way that the Dolphins have played last week, what makes you think that the Bills, just because they're intending on winning, are actually going to be able to do the job?
Cowboys, Arizona. That's it. Just because, bro. Like, yo,
What if Arizona is better than people will think that they are?
I think when
I
they
think
put
they
up,
are.
bro, Miami's had 2 monster shootouts already. Monster. They put up what 45 fucking points against the LA Chargers, and then they put up 70 this week. Yo, what are they doing that middle week, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't keep like this isn't college where you're flying high on all cylinders like this every fucking week, where you're gonna put up like 40, 50 points. It's the NFL. Like, if anything, Buffalo's gonna play more ball control. They're gonna be a better coach team than these other 3 teams that we just played. Sean Payton with the maybe only exception, because at least he's got a Super Bowl on his credibility. But
36, 24, and 7 day.
the other coaches, man, they
It's
just
5'8".
That's
What's-
130 points, bro. You'd have to look back to like October of last year to get 130 points from the Giants
yeah.
last fucking how many games.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the sad part about it. But yeah, they were held to 24 against if Buffalo's defense, which might be better, I mean, to around 24, 20.
People's pissed.
He was like, yo, fuck this guy.
That'll just be a
Giants,
fun.
just fucking win, bro. We don't care about the rest of the NFL. We wouldn't even do picks if you guys would fucking win all the time.
I agree with you there. That I totally. We would
Me
not
too.
spend time on
I
fantasy
need
as
to
much
win.
fucking picks if the Giants actually fucking win, man. Like, for real.
Would have been nice. Like, listen, hey, Jules, we got to
Bro,
wrap
if
this.
they were
this
3-0
up.
right now, each one of us would have took 20 minutes to masturbate on camera and just put that up as a podcast. Forget about fucking picks for 20 minutes.
Oh, and of course, here we go. All right, so Nick, give a quick shout to the mix it up. What are you guys looking to do tonight? What's on the schedule for that pod tonight?
Well, I got a question for you, being that we're talking about football. I'm going to the Giants Seahawks game on Monday through my job. I'm going to the FedEx suite, so I'm getting it nice.
Ooh.
Yes, if you have an extra ticket, I'm in. Oh, sorry. That's
yeah, I know. Well, I
No,
would
he's
have to
not
take
allowed.
Trainer. I would have to take Trainer if I had an extra ticket. But what do you realistically think is going to happen? I haven't seen the Seahawks, but I've heard Geno Smith's been like kicking ass, and all the Jets fans are like, "Fuck you, Geno Smith." So like, what's going on?
I'm going to be enjoying that game from the beaches of Belize, watching the
Nice.
Giants win 31-23.
All right.
Go to that game.
I like.
I
that.
like. There you go.
Jules, you want to go? You want to get tickets? We'll go down with Nick.
No,
Yeah, go
listen,
to a game that I can't go to, guys. Great. Thanks.
Sorry, John. Fuck the beach.
It's my fucking honeymoon.
you'll be waving at us like drinking margaritas and shit, sitting on the beach, and we're fucking.
Would you guys be down though to go to the Giants Jets game?
Is that a Sunday?
October 29th. The day
It's a
after the
Sunday,
Halloween
right?
party.
Yeah.
Nah, I
Sunday
can't
in my
go.
pocket, man.
Can't go, buddy. Can't go, man. It's a Sunday. I'll go to Monday night game, but yeah,
Why would you go on a Sunday?
because I watch all the games. It's a sickness. I know it's bad. I got all the
Turn like a tabloid,
TVs. I
dude.
got like fucking 9 TVs. It's my brain is so shot from that. Not gonna lie.
Every Sunday during football season is Christmas for Mike Trainer.
It
He
is.
wakes up, the TVs are there. It's like he's got fucking 30 gifts in his fucking room waiting for him. He's got a kegerator.
True, man. It's so true. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. It's the best part of summer being over is that I have that one day. I just wish it was like a Saturday so I could have Sunday just to fucking just sit there and relax all day for my hangover because it's ridiculous. Going to work on Monday sucks, especially when the Giants fucking lose. But yeah, listen, Jules, you got to wrap it up, man. Hopefully, Jules will be back next week. Video feed. Jules, take some Clearasil or something. You know, this way.
yeah, you know,
Turn on the
whatever.
camera. You know.
I got it out of my system. It's all good. But listen, make sure you like it, subscribe. You got the Mix It Up coming on next. Nick, thanks for joining us at the end there. Give him a quick little shout out and preview for that one. That should be a fun and exciting one as well. Listen to our picks. Hopefully they come through this week because we haven't been that great with them, but the key ones we've actually been pretty solid with. So bet those if you want. And when we come back, hopefully next week, we're 2-2, and we're talking about a whole different Giants thing. And I don't have to keep this "we suck again" fucking thing up all season. Like and subscribe to the podcast. Wow.
Go Giants.